Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly. Cold lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. If you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now. Now you can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong. My roots are strong. This is not forever. Folks changing like the weather. Cold, weird, and all around. Toxic people being severed, like leaves falling in September. Cold, wet, and on the ground. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong. My roots are strong.
What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Blue Games. We back for another Infinite Flight daily live stream. You know what I do. We do daily live streams throughout the week. No weekends, but right now we're just working on the weeks. So we're having a good time here today. We have a nice flight over in the UK. Before we get started, let me go ahead and start with my motivational quote of the day. It's not so much of a quote, just a little something I wanted to say. As you can see in the graphic right here is a guy carrying some very heavy baggage. And basically what I wanted to ask you guys was, what is holding you back? Like what in your life is holding you back? What is weighing you down? As people who are very into aviation and stuff, a lot of us fly all the time. And we know how, inconvenient and how hard it is to carry a ton of baggage when you travel. So when I travel, I always travel light. I basically have maybe a suitcase, and then I'll have my backpack, which has my laptop in it. It has everything I need on the plane, my snacks, all that kind of stuff, because I don't buy food from the airport because they charge too much money. So I bring my own food, put it in my backpack, and I'm good like that. But I want to ask you, what's weighing you down in your life? It could be anything. I mean, one issue with moving forward for most people is the fact that they are not able to let go. I've met a lot of people who are great people, but they've been through some hard times in their life. They've had some struggles. They've had some bad people in their lives, stuff like that. And it's just very hard for them to let them go. One way you can let them go is to forgive them. That way they don't actually have a hold on your heart, a hold on your soul anymore, because forgiveness is more for you than it is for the other person. But basically, it's not about that. But I'm just saying that you got to let some things go. If you want to keep moving forward, if you want to be a better person, if you want to grow in your community, in your career, and whatever it is, you got to let some things go. You can't allow things to hold you back. And those things that are holding you back may be a person, it may be people, it may be a certain job, it may be a relationship, it may be your own issues, it may be a bad habit, it may be a video game. I mean, it could be anything. You just got to make sure you let go of some of this baggage that is holding you back and weighing you down. And I want you guys to think about that for the rest of the day. It's like, what do you think in your life is holding you back? What kind of baggage are you carrying, are you dragging along that you don't need to be carrying? Because I know that all of us have these amazing hopes, these amazing dreams, these amazing things we want to do with our life and our careers, to change the world or impact the world or whatever it is, but we always have something. There's always something. There's always some type of baggage holding us back from getting there. What is it for you? So anyways, let's continue. Sorry, I am a little bit late today, but I was trying to get everything set up. We're going to be flying, I believe, the 737-800 today, and I'm using infinite passenger. This is what this is right here. As you can see, man, our airline has been doing very well. A lot of people have asked, if they could join Blu Arrow Global, which is what this is. This is Blu Arrow Global. This is the infinite flight passenger app. It's a pretty cool app. The app basically allows you to create your own airline or join someone else's airline. And basically, whenever you're flying these routes, the routes that we usually fly, you're not just flying from point A to point B, but you're actually flying there and you're able to make money and build up an airline, which is really cool. And with that money, you can buy different airplanes. And as you can see right now, our airline is only missing like two aircraft right now. So I've bought all the aircraft except two, the 747-8 and 747-200. So I'll probably be buying those pretty soon here. That one's only 34 million, and then this one is 277 million. So I mean, I don't think we need it. We got the 400, but I'll probably get the 800. So but yeah, right now my goal is to be the best airline on Infinite Passenger. I know they have some really cool new updates coming out. The airline version of this is not free, but it is a lot of fun. It also comes with really cool sounds. So if I go ahead and select the 737-800, you can see right here, it'll do sounds for my V-Speed. That's where my V-Speed sounds come out. I can have a safety recording. I can have boarding music. I can turn the volume up and down. It has all these different airlines. These are all the different safety recordings from all different airlines. They keep adding more and more. Like when I first started, there was not that many, but now there is a ton. Now all of these special ones, all these different airlines actually cost money. So if I wanted to buy that, yeah, as you can see, that's gonna try to charge me, I think 99 cents. Some of them are like $2.99. So it depends on which one you choose. So today I'm turning off the safety recording because it's an issue with my stream. So we're gonna go ahead, hit start. It's gonna have 106 souls on board. I'm gonna go ahead and switch off to infinite flight, like so. All right. Today we're scheduled to fly. Hold on. I kind of forgot where we're flying. I think we're flying from London Stansted. It's been a while. Yesterday we kind of went off of the schedule. We will be on expert server. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into expert server. I'm gonna switch to, last night I was doing some F-22, some fun F-22 stuff. Let me go ahead and get this overlay off of the screen so you guys can see everything. I fixed the overlay. As you can see now, it actually says my YouTube and everything on it too. There it is. All right, so now that's gone. All right, now we're gonna be flying the 737-800 by RyanAir. Where is it? There it is. I think this one, do they have it? Yep, they do. I've never flown RyanAir, ever. I've never flown. This is one of those European airlines that just like, it's never really stood out to me, but I've had a request to fly it, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a try. I kind of like the livery. You know, I've heard some bad things about RyanAir too. I don't know if they're all true, but we're gonna give them a try today. So hit OK. We'll be flying from, where are we flying from today, guys? I actually got to look in. Okay, Echo Golf Sierra, sir. I had to look at the YouTube to find out. It's in my notes, but I just forgot. Echo Golf Sierra, Sierra. All right, here we go, London Stansted. And we'll probably load up at, and guys, again, we're on expert server, and the same rules always apply. Please do not taxi through other people. Be respectful on the in the airport. Follow all the normal infinite flight rules. I'll go ahead and spawn here at B20, Bravo 21. Hit OK. Let's see. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull something up. You may hear me clicking on my computer because I'm trying to make some changes as we get in. Sorry, we had a little slow start today. I had to do some things this morning, but thank you guys for being patient with me. Today's gonna be a fun flight, as usual. I am not worried about that at all. I'll turn that off. There we go. Cool. All right, cool. Yeah, I think we're good. We got the Boeing 737-800 loaded up. We're loading up at Echo Golf Sierra Sierra. The flight plan is in the description below, so if you guys want to copy the flight plan, it is down there. So go ahead and copy that. And I think that is all. We'll go ahead and hit fly. And real quick, let's go over the rules for the chat. I created a new graphic for that for some of the guys. My moderators are having some issues with people, kind of going against what we're trying to do. So as you know, no spamming, no trolling, no cyberbullying, no profanity. If you do swear any profanity, it will be removed immediately by one of the moderators. Do not use inappropriate language, racism, or sexism, etc. Do not abuse or spam the chat with caps or emojis. You guys should know what that means. Don't like type things in all caps. If you're saying hello, that's fine, but don't like go through and be like, hello, all in caps, and don't send like 20 emojis because that's not necessary. And also, in the most important things, be respectful to everyone, and it includes me and the moderators. And on top of that, be positive, enjoy the stream. Moderators will only give you a few warnings before you get banned from the chat. So be careful what you say, what you do, and be respectful to everyone, please. So we're just here to have a good time and fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to babysit or anything crazy like that. So let's get out of here. All right, so we're sitting at the gate at Bravo 21, Expert Server in London Stansted, and the RyanAir 737-800. Let's go ahead and jump outside, take an outside peek of this beauty. Look at that. Oh, look at all these grade 4s out here. That is good to see. I'm loving it. Man, I actually really do like this livery, though. I've never flown it, but I like it. Oh, look at that. That's my favorite livery. Right there on the left wing is a New Zealand. We'll be flying that tomorrow, I believe. We'll be flying New Zealand tomorrow, so that'd be a lot of fun. All right, let's go ahead and get this flight plan copy so we can get in the air. We have about an hour and a half, possibly, flight. I copied this flight plan directly from SimBrief, so I don't even know what all the waypoints are actually going to work. So I'm just going to put in as many as possible. As you can see, some of these are already not right. It's trying to take us to Chicago. Whenever this happens, you just need to find out what waypoint that is and delete it from your flight plan. There are a lot of times the reason that this happens, the reason that when you copy in a flight plan and you'll get like a waypoint on the other side of the world, the reason is because a lot of times there's multiples of the same name. So I believe that's M84. Where is that? Maybe it's not M84. Maybe it's something else. It is M84. You guys see it? There it is. I will delete that. Go back to us. But yeah, because there's certain... Oh, nice. Aviator Lucas. Thank you for that donation, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Aviator Lucas, for that donation, man. You're amazing. Really, really appreciate that. And let's see. Yeah, so now it looks better. We're headed down here to Lima, Indigo. Is it? No, sorry, Indigo. Lima, India, Romeo, Pava, Pisa. Love it. I've never been there, so I'm excited to fly. I like flying places I've never been. I've been to Stansted. Well, not in real life, but I haven't been here. Well, I've flown here in Infinite Flight, but I have not flown to Pisa. All right, so flight plan is in. I think somebody's inside of us. I'm pretty sure somebody's inside of us. I'm going to have to ask you to move, sir. Thank you, Darkness DG, for that subscription. Welcome to the Blu Arrow family. We're just going to go ahead and do our thing. All right. We'll set our altitude about 12,000 feet. What is our cruise today? Our cruise will be...
London Stansted Unicum, RyanAir 17.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see that you asked a question. Avia Lucas, what recorder are you using? Pray for Sloth. Yes, of course. I'm definitely going to pray for Sloth. He's had some issues with his family. Everybody definitely pray for him and his family. They had a big loss. He lost his brother. So I'm definitely going to keep you in my prayers, my friend. I know how hard it is to lose a loved one. My wife is actually dealing with that right now. She lost her mom, and she's still dealing with it. So it's been very tough on us and tough on our family. But I'm praying for you, for your brother and your family too, man. I know everything's going to be all right. What am I using for the recorder? If you're Lucas, I'm using what I used to use was Vidi, which I think is a very good option if you're using an iPhone. But right now I'm actually using OBS, Open Broadcast Software with Elgato. I told you guys I wanted to upgrade my streams a while back, and so I went ahead and invested in a Elgato sound capture card, and I'm now just plugging my phone directly into that. All right, so pre-flight briefing. Today, our flight plan is going to be taking us from London Stansted to Pisa, Lima, India, Romeo Papa. We're flying in the 738, flight level 250. That sounds very low. That can't be right. That can't be right. Let's say that's 3. I think that's supposed to be 350. So I think we're going to be climbing up to 350. Average about 421 miles an hour. Flight time about 1 hour 44 minutes. I think we'll get there early. We do not have our departure runway just yet. We haven't checked the METAR or arrival. So we'll be we're not going to be flying any standard instrument departures today. We may fly a standard terminal arrival into Pisa, but we'll see once we get in the air. Other than that, we should be good. So let's get this thing going. Without further ado, we will go ahead and start push. I don't think we have any ATC. No, we don't. Okay, making sure. Speaking of ATC, looks like the weather is 330 at 8 knots. That will put us at runway 04. That's going to be on the other side of the runway. Other side of the airport. So we'll take 04, which means we'll also push back to our right, I think, is where the terminal ends. So we'll go ahead and hit no smoking signs, seatbelt signs on.
Taxiing to runway 04.
Nav lights on. We'll turn the beacon lights on because we're about to start moving, and we'll go ahead and start pushing back. And yeah, I know somebody spawned on me. I don't think they even saw that I was there, to be honest with you. Because there's plenty of parking spots around here. All right, pushing back. And I believe we need to push back to the right, but maybe we can push back to the left. I'm not completely sure. Let's see, the runway is to our right, so yeah, we need to push back, turning left. And guys, remember, you know the rules. Just be respectful, watch out for each other, keep spacing. So as you're pushing back, don't push back into anyone else. I'm trying not to push back into this guy. And I think that right there should be good. Oh, I said stop. Yeah, okay, we stopped. Cool. All right, brakes are on.
Oscar Yankee X-Ray Sierra Zulu.
Start spooling up these engines. Let's start with engine 2. It's gonna be on the right.
London Stansted Unicum. Tango
Not actually gonna be able to see it, but
taxiing to runway 04.
you can knock me down, but I won't stay for long. See, I do have the chart for London Stansted. Let's go ahead and pull it up while we're starting up the engines, so we can plan out our taxi route. All right, we have one good engine starting at engine number 1.
RyanAir 5150, taxiing to runway 04.
All right, Justinas, thank you for that subscription, my friend. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. All right, take a look at this chart for. Let's see. All right, so we are parked on the 22 side. So we're over here, I think, probably on apron D, on apron Delta. I think that's where we are right now. And then so we're gonna be taxiing via. We're taxiing to runway 04. We probably take Charles. No, what is this right here? Juliet. Yeah, I'll take Delta to Juliet, Juliet to Lima, and then Lima to Hotel. And that'll take us to Hotel 1. We'll hold short Hotel 1 for 04. Sounds good to me. All right, we have 2 good engines. Let's go ahead and set the flaps to take off. Flaps to 10. We have our altitude set to 12,000. That'll be our initial climb. Heading, everything else looks good. Don't think we need anything else. Nope, we are good. We'll check around us. Oh, look at that. The wheel is like blue. That's cool. We got a really good group flight happening today. Alright, looks like we are not completely clear ahead of us, so we'll have to wait for RyanAir 578 to finish his pushback so that we can taxi behind him. But we'll go ahead and get a little bit closer because this guy right here wants to push back also, I believe. Hope you guys can hear me all right. And I hope you guys are doing fine. Welcome aboard Blu Arrow Global, serviced by RyanAir on this Boeing 737-800. Expecting a smooth flight all the way over to Pisa. So don't really need to chart up right now. I know where we're going. We can go ahead and announce that we're taxiing to runway 04.
London Stansted Unicum.
Let everybody know that we're ready to go.
Taxiing to runway 04.
Yeah, he's trying to push back. Let's get out of his way. Oh, one thing we forgot to do. I need to really make a checklist, seriously, because I completely forgot to put fuel. So I'm going to get out of his way. I'm going to hit the brakes because you have to have your brakes on before you change your weight and balance. And then we'll go in here. We only need... the flight's max 2 hours. It's probably not gonna take us 2 hours to get there, but it's a max of 2 hours. So we're gonna put in 3 hours and 15 minutes of fuel, which is actually gonna get us past our max landing weight. Wow, we have a lot of passengers on board. We had like 109 or so. So we'll pull down to 109 cargo. That looks good. Oh, heavy passengers today. That's fine. Okay, okay. Time is on current. Weight balance is good. Okay, now we are ready to go. All right. Yeah, I need to make a checklist to remind myself to do that. All right, so we'll be taking the first taxiway, which is going to be Juliet. The second taxiway is Hotel. I mean, eventually we'll be on Hotel anyways, but I just decided to take Juliet instead of Hotel. So those guys are right now. I believe we're on Delta. Yeah, we're on taxiway Delta, which is where RyanAir 578 is right now, and we're gonna make a left right now on Juliet, which is actually gonna kind of space all of us out, so we won't just be in line, but we'll all end up in the same place. Planning on holding short runway 04 at Hotel, was it 3? Hotel 2? I don't remember anymore. Let's see, it was Hotel 1. That's where it was. Holding short at Hotel 1. Hotel 3 and Hotel 1 are both like at the same spot. So we could also take Kilo 3 hold short line. That'll give us a shorter taxi, and we'll use less runway. We're not gonna be using much runway anyways, but yeah. But yeah, man, I definitely recommend you guys, when possible, using charts. I mean, if you're flying somewhere, you want to just be a little bit more realistic, I definitely recommend you go in. Uh-oh. Thank you for skipping me in line, Mr. 578. Apparently, you're newly grade 3. Because if you see somebody coming, you're supposed to make way. Anyways, and I didn't see them coming at all. Oh, we got somebody already taking off. Starley's on the way out. Welcome, Starley. Now, I gotta be careful, watch our speed on taxi. We don't want to taxi too fast. All right, we can turn this off because we don't need that. All right, let's change this to our flight time. So turn the clock on. And then we got our distance to destination. We're getting a little close to this guy, so I'm gonna hit the brakes. Distance to destination, we're gonna change that to ETE to destination. That's just my preference. And then we also have ETE to next, which says 2 minutes. It probably means 2 hours. fuel remaining. We have 38% fuel. Hopefully we don't have any type of fuel leak today. Yesterday we had a very interesting flight where we just, I don't know what happened, but we were just like burning out of fuel so fast for no reason. Ferris Waffy, he's rich. Yeah, I'm definitely not rich. If I was rich, I would definitely have a gaming PC. We would probably not be playing Infinite Flight. We'd be playing X-Plane right now. And my stream would be extremely high quality. We'd be watching in 4K right now if I was rich. Oh man, look at that. Somebody needs to take a screenshot. Somebody needs to take a screenshot. Is that somebody me? I think it's somebody's me. I'm gonna hit the brakes real quick. Just add some space in between us and the front aircraft. Go back here, turn our names off. Oh God, who the heck? Right after I turn the name off. Who the heck is this? Who is this? Malaysian 27. Bro, what are you doing? Seriously, this is not training server. Wait, are we on training server? We're not on training server. This is not training server. Yeah, so what are you doing? First of all, you're taxiing like 100 knots. So I don't even know how you're getting away with that. So let's get a few screenshots, man. Look at that. That is so dope. We're going so slow. 6 knots. I gotta watch in front of me. Okay, we're good. We're gonna do free camera real quick. Turn around. Man, look at this busy airport. That's a shot right there. You can see me in the back trying to keep my plane straight while we're taxiing and take a photo at the same time. Love it, man. That's the one right there too. Nice. All right, well, how many people do we have with us? I'm actually very impressed, guys. I'm very impressed because usually we only get like really good group flights like this when we fly training server. But I'm very impressed that we moved to expert server and there's enough of you guys to make a really good flight like this. So congrats to you guys. Cheers to you guys for making this happen. So again, guys, please, I know there's a lot of traffic, but be patient. And do not skip in line like that other guy just did. Don't taxi through the dirt, grass, whatever. Wait your line in traffic. We all have to wait, so we're all going to the same place, so don't worry about that. And we will have to switch over to hotel. Wait, is it hotel? Yeah, this is Juliet, so the other one is hotel. Yeah, the other taxiway is hotel. Oh my God. Okay, that was just somebody lagged out. Okay, I'm like, what just happened? The aircraft just went backwards like super fast. Can somebody give me a count in the chat of how many people are watching right now? Not watching, how many people are in the flight, 'cause I can't look just yet. I want to look, but I can't look just yet. I'm like trying to, it's hard to taxi with one hand. It's like I'm trying to do other things at the same time. It's kind of tough for me. It's kind of tough. Oh God, I didn't mean to hit the brakes all the way. So I wonder what this little spot right here is for. Is this like a helicopter spot? Undream Carp 838, thank you for that subscription. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Good to see you. Thank you guys so much. You know, did you know that we're so close right now to 2,000 subscribers? Like, it's crazy. I feel like we just had our 1,000 subscriber special, and we are literally like less than, I think, 300 to 200 new subscribers away from making it to 2K, which is still unbelievable. Like, I still can't believe we made it over 1K in the first place. So to be this close to 2K is pretty freaking amazing. So I want to say huge thank you to all you guys, as usual, to all my day ones, and also to everyone who's new to the channel. So And if you are new to the channel, definitely go back. We've had a lot of really fun live streams, so go back and check those out, especially the one from yesterday. Stian Dabblestein, thank you and welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Thank you for that subscription, man. You're amazing. Oh my gosh, look at this. Thank you. I wish I knew how to spell your name, but it is on the screen, so thank you for that subscription. Also, you're amazing. You are amazed balls. Okay, hit the brakes. Oh, this looks so freaking dope. Hold on. Gotta make sure I screenshot without turning my phone off like I usually do. I'm gonna jump in the free camera and go all the way to the front of the line. Oh my god, look at that. I didn't even mean to hit that button. So dope. Alright, I meant to go to free camera, not tower. Oh wait, it was on free camera, just the old free camera that we used earlier. Is that a TUI jet right there? Yeah, it is TUI. We got TUI up in front. This reminds me of a shot we took not long ago. EasyJet does fly from here, don't they? So it is definitely legit for you to fly from EasyJet. Now, the history of this actual flight. Now, the funny story is I created a... like, I've been paying attention to the expert ATC schedule that they've been doing. And so this was actually a airport that they flew out of last week for RyanAir. I wasn't able to fly last week because we were doing our Caribbean tour, and also I also did not have the what do you call it? I wasn't grade 3, remember, because I had those violations. So yeah. Wait, are my landing lights on? 'Cause it looks like my landing lights are on. That's not me, is it? Where am I? Yeah, my landing lights are not on. Which one is me? Oh, I'm in the back of the line somewhere. I'm farther back. What is all that noise? It sounds like I keep hitting the mic. I don't know why. Maybe it's like static or something. It's really weird.
Tango Oscar Mike 5264 is taking off runway 04.
I'm trying to find out what it is. Get rid of it because I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, well, we're waiting here in the in line to take off out of London Stansted.
London Stansted Unicum. Alpha Lima 193 is 25
brakes.
nautical miles to the west of 9,000 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight
Traffic jam
runway
at London
04.
Stansted. If you guys get any photos, by the way, you can always send those photos to me on Instagram. My Instagram is in the description of the video, and also you can always post them to the screenshot section of the Discord channel. That's where I post all of the screenshots. I usually post them there first before I even post them to Instagram. With Discord, I post basically... Oh snap, Carson Lee 3908 just subscribed. Thank you for that subscription. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. What I was saying was, I usually post like basically all of the screenshots that I take from every flight into the Discord channel. But with Instagram, I only post my favorite ones. And I post them from like every flight too. It's really hard for me not to take a screenshot when I'm doing a flight, even at night. It's just always something that I really appreciate.
Taking off runway 04. Departing east.
Lightning Escaper, how was my flight from Anchorage to San Francisco? We can talk about that when we get in the air. It was actually very interesting. It was very interesting. So I want to talk about that when we get in the air. Give us something to talk about when we get up there. It was good though. It was very good. I'll say that. I made it, by the way. I made it. Let's see. As right now, we are sitting at, we're actually not even at hotel. We're at the other one. We're at Kilo. So that's fine. We can take off at Kilo. We don't need the entire runway anyways. So we're perfectly fine taking off here at Kilo 3, which is where everybody is lining up. So right now, all the aircraft are lining up between Kilo 3, down here on Hotel, and then down Lima, and then Juliet right here.
London Stansted Unicum. RyanAir 17 is taking off runway 04. Departing east.
So the sim brief told me that this flight would take about 1:44, but I'm hoping that it takes less. Reason I say that is because I do have work to do. So what I may do, if the flight is longer than I'm expecting, I may take a break, you know, like I do in the longer flights. Now this is not like a long haul. This is not even really considered a medium haul. This is really just a short haul. But I'm just saying if I need to, you know, go back and check emails or something like that, I'll keep the stream going and I'll just, you know, won't be talking for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. But we'll see. Sometimes I'm able actually to check my emails and stuff while we're flying and stuff. So. Oh yeah, this is a good shot too. The green cheese, yes sir, I do remember you. I remember you every time you come and ask me if I remember you. So yes, I remember you. Alright, Starly's already in the air, ETE, 1 hour, 15 minutes. So it's probably gonna be an hour and a half flight, I assume. I don't know, I didn't actually check the winds. I should have checked the winds, but I didn't check the winds. So once we get in there, we'll see what that is. Usually I check the winds to our destination to see what direction the winds are going, to see if we're gonna get a headwind, a tailwind, or a crosswind en route, but I didn't actually check this time. All right, let's go to tower and watch some of these guys take off, which is something I should have did a while back. All right. I want to see him. There we go. I'm not sure who that is, but he's lined up on runway 4. Landing lights are on, strobe lights are on. I think he's ready to go. He's free to take off. Yes, it is true. V1 is the decision speed where you cannot abort the takeoff. You have to abort takeoff before V1. I believe that's right. Yeah. So basically the pilot is prepared to abort takeoff until he reaches V1, and then he will commit to taking off. There's rotate. It's funny, I actually watched a video yesterday about that exactly, about V1 and VR, VLOFT, V2, all that stuff. Very
London stands to
very educational it was.
RyanAir 578 is taking off runway 04, departing west.
Screenshot number 1 for this stream. All right, we'll probably watch the next guy take off too. We need to scoot up. We'll go to the first whole short line right here. Thank you for that subscription. I don't know who that was. I wasn't able to see it. Under Dream Carp 838. Thank you for the follow. Let's go back to tower view and watch these guys. Oh, who was next?
London stands to Unicum.
Oh no, I went too far.
Crap. Is on final. Runway 04.
I really do, like whenever I'm about to take off, I like to watch everyone else line up and everything. He doesn't have his landing lights on yet. He does have his strobes. I think he might have forgot his landing lights. Alright, I guess he's waiting for it to clear to go or something. Alright, his engines are spooling up. And he's going, he's rolling. I'm not sure who this is either. I didn't, I have the names turned off. So when I take screenshots, I don't see like all the names. Alright, because we have so much traffic, I'm gonna go ahead and line up on runway
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
04, check to the left. We got him off to the right, slow rolling. Alright, confirm this is runway 04. And we'll go ahead and announce that we're going to take off because we're just going to roll. We'll departing to the east.
London Stansted Unicum. Blue 116 is taking off.
And let's see, it's
04,
going to do one last
departing
check.
east.
Strobe lights are on, land lights are on, seatbelt signs are on, altitude set, all that good stuff is set. All right, going to go ahead and give it power. Airspeed is alive.
London Stansted Unicum. RyanAir 293 is taking off runway 04.
Keep running center line as best as possible. Turn our HUD back on so we can see where we're at, where we're going. All right, waiting for rotate.
Stansted Unicum. Alpha Lima 193 is on final. Runway 04.
V1.
All right.
Rotate.
Oh, that crosswind.
London Stansted Unicum.
I was not paying attention that there was a crosswind.
Holding short runway 04.
Direct crosswind too, straight up perpendicular. All right, let's slowly get rid of that rudder. All right, gear up, altitude. Let's put the nose down so we don't stall. We'll hand fly it out. Yeah, I didn't look at the winds compared to the runway. I didn't see that it was
going around.
that we had an 8-knot crosswind.
London Stansted Unicum. Delta Echo Foxtrot Lima Oscar.
All right, bank it to the right.
Off runway
That'll take us
04,
to put us
departing east.
on course. Passing 2,500.
London Stansted Unicum. Jersey 4571. Holding short runway 04.
Airport right there. Another aircraft taking off, way off in the distance. That's a really cool shot too. All right, and we're coming up on the navigational line, so we're gonna bank to our left, but not too much.
London Stansted Unicum.
And we'll head to the east. Go ahead and tune out. London Stansted, don't need to hear Unicom from them anymore. Still climbing. Passing 4,500 now. Climbing out at 200 knots. Didn't need. Usually I climb out like really fast, but I realized that I don't really need to climb out at 250 knots or 230, whatever. Not at the initial climb, but anyways. We can go up with the flaps. We'll go ahead and hit nav mode. I can rest my hands. Whenever I'm flying by hand, I'm like so focused on keeping the aircraft as smooth as possible. All right, we'll go to 210. Oops, wrong button. We'll go flaps 0. What time is it here? It's 2:51. Climbing out of London Stansted. Are any of you guys actually from here? Anybody in the stream actually from? Alright guys, just so you know, I should have said this earlier, but I have not actually been looking at the chat as we have been taxiing, as we've been getting ready to take off. I haven't been paying attention so much to the chat, but once we get in the air, once we get probably above flight level 180, I'll start looking more at it. Just want to focus on our departure. Got some really cool screenshots, that's for sure. It's a beautiful day out here though. I mean, we had a slight wind, but I mean, it was still a good day. But weather looks nice. I don't know how it really looks here in London right now. And despite the things that I've heard about RyanAir, I really do like this livery. Like, I like the RyanAir livery. It looks pretty cool. I like the RyanAir on the winglet. As a designer, from a designer's perspective, this is a very well done aircraft livery, I think. That is my opinion. We'll get one more screenshot right here. Alright, so right now we're only climbing to 12,000. We just passed 10. So we can go ahead and turn off the landing lights. Flaps are already up. Spoilers are up or off. Right now our speed is set to 210. Navigation mode is active. Leaving the strobe lights on, beacon lights, all that other stuff is going to stay on for now. And we can go ahead and speed up to about 250. 265, we'll do 265. Plane's going to attempt to level off. Here, there it is. So the aircraft in front of us is going about 267 knots ground speed. We are going 300. That's a RyanAir at 578. We have a nice group of people behind us. Wow, look at this group. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to say that, we're cleared to our cruising altitude of 350. So we're going to go ahead and change that. Change our altitude to 350. Now, since we were flying east, we'll be flying odd altitudes. Go ahead and put some vertical speed, like 250. Yeah, it works right there. That's good. That'll be fine. We'll speed up to about 295 for climb. So climbing at 2600, 295 indicated, and we're good. So far, so good. Very smooth departure out of London Stansted. Not very bumpy at all. Didn't nearly get any turbulence or anything. All right, let's take a look outside, see if we see anybody around us. I do have the names turned off, but we're too far to see anyone at the moment. All right, how you guys doing? Aviator Lucas is right in the center of Spain. Cool, man. What's going on, CK Aviation? The green cheese, this is only your second flight with me? I thought you've done a few more. I've never landed at Gibraltar. I don't even know how to say that, Gibraltar before. Okay, so Lightning Escaper. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Anchorage to SFL. So let's go ahead and just rewind. So for some of you guys who were maybe not with us yesterday in the last couple of streams, I did a flight from, I planned a flight from Seoul, Korea to San Francisco. Now the reason I did this flight was because this was the last United 747 international flight. Now I know that yesterday the last United 747 flight period just happened from San Francisco to Honolulu. Now as most of you guys know, Hawaii is still part of the United States, so it's not considered an international flight, even though that's about a 6-hour flight. So the last international flight by a 747 was from Seoul, Korea to San Francisco, and that was a few days ago, like last week maybe, like the end of last week or something like that. And so I wanted to do that flight. It was about a 10-hour flight. I planned that flight with, loaded up with the United 747 in Seoul. I did this on training server. Had about 3 guys flying with me overnight. That ended in an interesting way. I don't want to ruin it for a lot of you guys who may not have watched that stream yet. So I'm not going to say how it ended, but we had a very interesting emergency situation happening there. So anyways, after the stream was over, I flew from Anchorage, Alaska to San Francisco to finish my flight, and it went well. It went very well. I had plenty of fuel on board. I was a little worried because it started acting a little weird, but what's really funny, actually before I get to that part, what was really cool about that flight was that it was just beautiful. I mean, always flying over Alaska is freaking beautiful. I love flying over Alaska and over Canada. I'm probably going to do a Canadian tour sometime later when we do another tour. But it was a very beautiful flight, very enjoyable. It felt long. The wind, we had a headwind the whole way. I checked windy.com and there was a lot of winds right off of the Gulf of Alaska going in a lot of different directions, so we had to fly through that. So it took us a while to get through it, but other than that, I mean, it was pretty good. Now, funny thing, I mean, other than the flight going pretty routine, the really only interesting part about that flight was the fact that when I landed in San Francisco, I don't know why, when I landed in San Francisco, like when I touched the wheels on the ground, like the plane instantly dropped to like 30 knots. I don't know what happened. It's like I landed with my brakes on or something. But as soon as my wheels touched the ground on the runway, which was a very nice landing, I thought, it just instantly just slowed down like really quickly. And Infinite Passenger told me that I got an over G warning or something crazy. But that wasn't really the problem. Now, what's funny is I taxied to the gate in San Francisco, California, with my Boeing United 747. And when I taxied to the gate to turn my engines off, I noticed that I only ever turned on 2 of the engines. So when I loaded up in Anchorage, Alaska, I only turned on the inside engine. So like the Boeing 747 has 4 engines. It has, you know, one on the left, another one outside on the left, another one on the right, and another one outside on the right. So I only turned on the inside engines, the ones closest to the fuselage. So I was like, when I landed in San Francisco and I was turning my engines off, I was like, wait, are you serious? Like I flew that whole flight with only half the power. Like I flew that whole flight with 2 engines out of 4. I was like, okay. Okay, well then. What's crazy is that the flight, it seemed normal. The only thing that I did notice that was a little bit different while flying was when I was looking at the wing view, I noticed that for example, looking at, I think on the Boeing 747, the wing view is looking at towards the left wing. And so I was looking at the left wing, the inside engine was, you know, turning as normal, and the outside engine was turning a little bit slower. And I thought, oh, that's kind of a cool feature where like they're not turning at the same speed. I don't know if that's realistic or what, but it's kind of like cool, I guess. But I never thought to think that engine just was never on. It was just the only reason that the turbines were spinning was because the wind was blowing, like because the wind was going through the turbine. So the wind was actually blowing the turbine, which is really cool that the engines weren't just sitting there stuck in place. It's actually cool that flying with the engine off, how the engine still turns because of the wind and stuff. So that was really interesting. I was like, what? Are you serious? I flew this whole flight and didn't even use all of the engines. So that was really the only interesting part. But other than that, the flight went very well from Anchorage to San Francisco. I don't care about the airplane location. Turn at the flight time. So it says ETA destination, yeah, about 1 hour 15. Where are we at right now as far as altitude? We're passing 30,000, which is about to put us in Mach. We'll switch to Mach 0.85. We'll put the nose down to 1,500. Looks like we're catching somebody. He is 1,000 feet above us. Let's say 2,000. Or is it 200? I think that's 200 feet above us. There he is right there. Let's see. Right there. No, that's him. Say goodbye to the UK. Long gone. I think we're just going faster than him. Traffic. 100 above. Actually, 700 above. Alright, when I climb to 350, we'll probably stay with about Mach 0.85. I think that should be just fine. I do play PS3. No, sorry, not PS3. I play PS4. I think I still own my PS3. I just can't get it to work because I don't have the correct cords to plug it in to make it work or something. I'm missing something that I can't play my PS3. What happened to realistic cruise speeds? I don't know them. That's what happened to them. I don't mind using realistic cruise speeds sometimes. If anybody knows the realistic cruise speed of a 737, I do not mind flying it as long as it's not like 0.79, because that's too slow for me. All right, making our turn at KONAN. If we look real close right here, we'll see another aircraft right there. I'm actually going to change this to a little bit higher. Very nice day. Clear skies. Winds are 36 knots. Bit of a crosswind, 36 knots. Fuel remaining 32%, about 2 hours, 19 minutes. ET destination 1 hour and 10. Ground speed, wow, 501. I can dig it. I knew you would say that. I knew you would say the actual speed was 0.79. Thank you. Who was that? Dutch Works for that follow. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Noah, we're flying to Pisa. What is the actual name of this place that we're flying to? I don't really know what this place is. San Guisto. I believe this is in Italy. Yeah, it's in Italy. We're flying to Italy. Pisa, Italy. See, Starly is updating us, says that Pisa LIRP is using runway 040 left. 04 right and 04 left. All right, good to know. Good to know. We're not that far out. I mean, it's not gonna take us that long to get there. So we'll expect runway 04 left, 04 right. Winds right now are 110. So it's gonna be a bit of a crosswind, possibly going in there. We'll probably take 04 right, or we don't need. I don't know. We'll probably take 04 left. I do have that chart up too, but I'll pull that up when we get a little closer. We don't need it right now. That's part of the reason that I don't really fly the realistic cruise speeds a lot of times, because they're so slow. But they are more efficient, that is for sure. That's where the Leaning Tower of Pisa is. Oh, well, that's where we're going. That's where that's gonna be our last stop. So I guess we'll visit the Leaning Tower of Pisa tonight before we head to New Zealand tomorrow. And yes, Andrew Cunningham is right. My favorite aircraft is a 787, and my favorite airline is United. Are you serious, Starlight? Today's flight from London Stansted to Pisa was 392 ground speed. That is extremely slow. And look at us, we're going at 483. No wonder I always beat the people on FlightAware. Noah, we're on expert server today. No, I'm sorry. We won't be flying a long haul to New Zealand from Pisa. We'll be flying in Pisa. I mean, I'm sorry, not in Pisa. We'll be flying in New Zealand. We won't be flying to New Zealand. Not this time. And yes, all the info is in the description. I'll see you in a second, Aviator Lucas. All the information for this week's flights are in the description. If you have any suggestions for flights for me to do in the future, you can always leave those on the Discord channel under the Global Flights section. Darkness, appreciate that donation. Yeah, I don't have the donation set up on my Streamlab. I don't think so. I'm doing it through YouTube, man. Really appreciate that. Using Super Chat to make a donation. Salute to you, Darkness DG. Every bit helps. I mean, it doesn't really matter where you donate to, whether it's Streamlabs or YouTube, Twitch, whatever. It all goes to the same place to me. So I'll get it some way. So I appreciate that. I just read somebody's message on Discord real quick. He's like, crap, it's an expert server, time to grind. Yep, time to do some touch and goes. Oh man, we're getting close to everybody. Let's jump outside. Let's change up the views. Where'd he go? There he is. All right, we're at our cruising altitude. It's very smooth, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the seatbelt signs off, so you guys are free to move about the cabin. Why does it look like the sun is going down? Is it really that late? It's only 4 o'clock. Why does it look like dusk? Yeah, that was Darkness actually on Discord. He was saying that it's time to grind. That's how I felt too. That's how I felt with trying to get the expert server. I was like, yeah, I need to like, because once there comes a point for everyone who flies. Now, training server is a lot of fun. I can't say it's not. There's a lot of traffic, which is a good thing. Like if you want to fly with people, I definitely recommend you flying on training server. Now, that goes to an extent. There's an extent depending on where you're flying or who you're flying with. It can start getting very annoying when people start, taxing through you, disregarding ATC rules, all kind of crazy stuff like that. It gets to a point where it kind of gets annoying, and then you're like, you know what? I need to grind. I need to get on my grind. I need to get promoted to expert server because this is not okay. And that's how I felt. I had a lot of fun on train server. I complain a lot about it sometimes because we have like very busy flights, but I really do. And I did a training server flight, 2 training server flights yesterday, so I still fly training server from time to time. But I just prefer expert server, especially when it comes to ATC. For example, when I flew in the SFO yesterday with the 747, ATC was horrible. I don't know who it was, but it was probably just some random person who was like grade 1, didn't really know how to do ATC. This is something you should never say. And I was 70 miles, I think, about 50 to 70 miles away from SFO. I contacted Approach to let them know, hey, I'm checking in. He's like, all right, cool, Roger. And then I say, I'm requesting runway 28 left at San Francisco International, and he's like, all right, maintain current altitude until established on the ILS. Now, so for some of you that may not sound like anything wrong, but there's a lot of things wrong with what he just said. Maintain current altitude until established on the ILS. That is something you say right before you get established on the ILS, when you're at that the ILS intercepting altitude. Now, I was at 18,000 feet when he told me this. So technically, if I were to follow his rule, I would have stayed at 18,000 feet until I got on the ILS, which is basically impossible. I would never have made it down in time to land. So it's like little stuff like that kind of annoys me, but I understand that not everybody knows yet. But the thing is, there's not really an excuse. If you are interested in being ATC, if that's something you're very interested in, you want to be ATC just from time to time. Maybe you don't want to do it all the time, but you're just interested in just doing it. Maybe you want to be ATC for some of my streams. Maybe you want to be ATC for your friends. I definitely recommend you go on YouTube. And Infinite Flight itself, on their YouTube channel, they have tutorials that teach you exactly what each position does. It teaches you what ground does. It teaches you what tower does, approach, even center. They don't have center right now. They may bring it back, but it teaches you all those things. So I definitely recommend you go and watch the tutorials on how to control. And it's the same for people who fly too. There's tutorials on what to do, how to respond to controllers also. So I've watched it myself now. The way that they do it in the real world is a little bit different than how they do it in Infinite Flight. That's something I have to warn you. So if you fly VATSIM, and you fly X-Plane or P3D and you're used to more realistic ATC, then it's a little bit different. There's a few different rules that are a little bit different. For example, one of them that stood out the most to me was flight following. Now, I don't know if anybody knows. I know some of you guys do know what flight following means, but flight following in Infinite Flight is not the same as flight following in real life. Flight following in Infinite Flight is basically telling you, hey, I want to fly my own flight plan, but I want you to watch me, kinda. It's basically just let me resume my own navigation is what flight following means in Infinite Flight. But in real life, flight following usually is used by VFR aircraft, and it's for ATC to watch for traffic, basically to have a second set of eyes on the radar for traffic around VFR aircraft. So because when you're flying VFR, it's your job to make sure you create separation between yourself and other aircraft. So you have to always be scanning the skies, watching out for TCAS other aircraft and issues like that. And when you ask for flight following to a controller, they will also look for you, and they'll be like, hey, there's an aircraft at 5 o'clock about 2,000 feet below you. He may be a conflict. Do you see the traffic? And then you'll be like, yeah, I have visual traffic. And then you'll yourself, you will make sure that you dodge that traffic. So that's what flight following means in real life. But for infinite flight, it's not the same thing. Feedy Voss, you were awesome, man. Noah, you sent me something on Discord. I'll check it, take a look at it after today's stream. Dynamic, we're flying to Pisa, Italy. I've never been there. I've actually never flown Italy at all in infinite flight yet, so I'm excited to heading over to Italy. I think we may have flown over Italy once, I'm not sure, but I don't think we've actually ever flown to Italy. I've been wanting to fly. This is one of the reasons that I'm flying to Italy now, is because I've been wanting to fly to Italy. Italy is somewhere that I want to visit in real life. I have a really good friend who, well, she doesn't really live in Italy. Well, she does live in Italy, but she like travels so much that she's like never in Italy. So, but she said so many really good things about Italy. I've had some very good Italian food that she's recommended when we were traveling in other places that I saw her. All right, so it looks like is Starly first? Is he the first person in line? Let's see how many people we have with us. I believe Starly is 1. And we have 2. Elias. We have 3. Kyle M. Go closer to us. 4. Unknown. Wow, you're unknown. 6. Mark. 7. KGEG-KBZN. RyanAir 17. And then we have me. And then we have RyanAir 5150 Sky Bull. Is it supposed to be Sky Bull or Sky Blue? Because maybe you spelled it wrong. And then we have an escort trying to catch up with us. That's Patrick Chocolate in the F-14. I like saying it like that. Deflo in the A320 behind us. I think he was the one in the New Zealand livery. The really cool New Zealand livery. Malaysian 27 Haki ID all the way in the back. And we got Heavy Delta 402 in 727-800. Oh, wait, we have more. Wait, I already lost count. Stopped counting. I started saying people's names. Jersey 45272. Oh, we got Dex. And then we got RyanAir IFBR Fernandez. Infinite Flight Brazil. I think this person may be with us too. Jack Ferguson A319. British Airways 19905. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a count now because I lost count 1, 2, 3. I don't think this person's with us. He's RyanAir though. So he might be, I don't know. I'm not gonna count him. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Cool, I can dig it. That's really good for an expert server group, like 15 people. So I'm really, congratulations to everybody who may be newly promoted to grade 3 or higher. I noticed that we have more grade 4s than we used to have, so good job to you guys for grinding and flying cleanly. Be right back. All right, Darkness. Starly, your favorite aircraft is the A350. Well, the 787 is basically just another version of that. So, all right, Dynamic MC, we'll see you in Italy, in Italia. Good morning, Aviator Ilan. Welcome back, my friend. All right, Felix, well, we'll meet you in Pisa since you're flying from Paris. Ruben, okay, you have a suggestion. I should do a airline series with Infinite Passenger. It will be really cool to see you become a large airline. You'd watch every episode. That's actually not a bad idea. I feel like I sort of kind of done that. When I first started using Infinite Passenger, I did mention it in my stream. This is before I had like even 200 subscribers. So it's a very old video, but it would be kind of interesting maybe to start over, like create a brand new airline and then kind of show you guys the growth of airline through Infinite Passenger. I don't know, maybe we'll see. I know that Infinite Passenger has some very interesting updates coming up soon. So we'll see how these updates come out, and maybe I'll consider it. But we've gotten so far. Like, you have no idea how hard it was even to get to the point that we are now, with basically almost unlocking all the aircraft, buying all the aircraft, owning all the aircraft, and being one of the top airlines on the app right now. I believe we're like number 2 behind one other person who has like $1 billion. I don't know how he did that, but we're like number 2 right now in Infinite Passenger. At one point we were number 1. So I don't know where this other person came from. Phyllis, you're in Paris. Cool. Oh, green cheese is unknown. Okay. The waypoint BEGAR is right where you live. Cool, Katagen. Let's see, where is that waypoint? Katagen. Oh, there it is, BEGAR. It's the next waypoint after the one we're coming to now. Dutch Wings, what's going on, man? Everything is going good, man. How's it popping with you? I gotta catch up on the chat. I'm like behind. My Twitch info is, hold on. I can actually pull that up for you guys because I can do really cool things now that I'm excited about. Let's see. Yes, we are actually live on Twitch too. Not as many people watch on Twitch because Infinite Flight is just not as popular on Twitch. That's completely understandable. But I am on Twitch. Alright, here it is. Twitch is basically the same. It's just I Am Blue Games. Instead of Blue Games, it's I Am Blue Games. Which is, I Am Blue is actually my PS4 call sign. Or not call sign, my PS4 username. Alright, Planes and Trains, I'll catch you later, man. Thank you so much for moderating for us today. Dynamic Nation MC, the next update I'm pretty sure is going to be the new aircraft, the DC-10 and MD-11, which I'm very, very, very excited about. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm hoping that it happens sometime this week. Hamza TDM, welcome. Good to see you, man. Felix is still saying the 773, the 73, wait, no, the 777-300 is the best aircraft. Oh, who we got here? Josh Delphia is now following. Thank you for that follow. Boss, welcome to the Blu Arrow family. Uh, 3D stuff would be dope. That would be really cool for an update. I still don't know when that's gonna happen. It sounds like a lot of work to me, which I think they'll definitely. I don't think they're gonna like try not to do that. I think they definitely will add 3D buildings and 3D objects on the ground. I just think it's gonna take some time to incorporate that because, as you know, from the start of Infinite Flight, it's never had 3D buildings. So that's probably something brand new they have to put in the game. And now with them having the whole globe, they have a lot more area. It's probably even tougher to add 3D buildings. I would honestly, I would like to see them add some HD scenery in a few more areas, like Brazil or South America, for example. I think that South America is such a beautiful place, but there's no scenery there, and it bums me out so much. South Africa also. Momo, what's going on, man? Infinite Squad, welcome aboard. Let's see, how much time we got to our destination? 51 minutes. Let's take a look at the flight plan. So we still have a ways to go, but we are less than an hour now from our destination. And usually what I like to do at the hour ETE mark is go ahead and do some shout outs. So go ahead and jump into the chat right now, everybody who's watching, and give me a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from, what you're doing, and I'll give your name a shout out on the stream today. I like to know who's watching. We also have the chat on the stream now too. Like, people can actually see the chat on the stream, so we'll be able to see where you guys are watching from. So go ahead and leave that right now in the chat. Rowan Morrison is watching from YouTube, and hi, what's going on, man? Felix is watching from Vienna. Loving it, loving it. Andrew Cunningston is watching from JA. Is that all we got? 3 people watching? Where you guys watching from? That's so funny. Alright, here we go. Rowan's watching from England, London. Starley, Austria, as usual. Man, I love Austria. I really do. I can't wait to go there again. I've actually, I haven't told you guys this, but I've been doing a lot of like fighter aircraft training out there. Like I fly into Innsbruck a lot now, kind of like practicing. It's like one of my airports that I like to kind of just practice at. So I'll go to Innsbruck or I'll go to Juneau, Alaska, 2 places that I love to fly. So I head out there a lot often. A few guys actually found me. I wasn't streaming, but a couple people in our Discord channel found me flying out there, and they joined me one time when I was flying at Innsbruck. Matthias is watching from Ireland. Felix is watching from Austria. We got 2 Austrians in here. Matthew 41212 was watching from Ireland. Lebrat's Files is watching from BDOC, Singapore, which I also wish that they had scenery at Singapore too. That's also a beautiful place. Yes, I've seen a lot of test flights from the moderators also. It's a little cool here today. Dutch Works, watching from Worcester, Worcester, England. I'm sorry, some of these names are hard for an American to say. Justinus is watching from Lithuania. Lithuania? I think that's how you say that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm thinking it's coming pretty soon. I haven't been seeing testers testing out probably the new aircraft. It's funny. I saw it was like Skyhawk Heavy or somebody yesterday flying around the Seattle area. I flew over him on the way to San Francisco, and I just happened to see him on the map. And it didn't show what aircraft he was flying. It just showed a UFO. So I'm pretty sure that was the new MD-11 or something like that. Strikebird Gaming, hello man, welcome aboard. Oh yeah, you're not watching from North Korea, you're lying. Oh right, we're gonna see the Alps, aren't we? Well, Starley's way ahead of us, so he's already at the Alps right now. I am not yet at the Alps. Dutch Works is from the place where the home of Worcester sauce. Not sure, is that like barbecue or what is that exactly? Is that something that I have here in the States, or is that like only like a regional thing? In 13 minutes, he'll be watching from right below. Yes, that's true. Frelix, the regions of Brazil and Singapore, places that don't have scenery, sadly, they do not actually look like the old Infinite Flight. I wish they did. It would be a lot more enjoyable to fly into and out. Now, Singapore and Brazil, these are places in Infinite Flight that do not yet have HD scenery. And so these places, actually, they still have like mountains, which is pretty cool, but the scenery is extremely low resolution. So I can't really explain how it looks. It just looks the ground just looks extremely blurry. That's what it looks like. So it's kind of a bummer. I think it would look better if they used the old scenery that they had for like all the different places over there. Like I don't know how hard that would be for them to do. I don't think it's probably not possible because of the way they did it, but it would look better if they did it that way rather than having it the way it is. So I did a test flight in Brazil last week or something like that. It was horrible because it just wasn't very enjoyable. It just wasn't anything to look at. And then the server like crashed or something, and so I had to land basically on an invisible runway and like a blackout. Like it was crazy. So I know that eventually they'll add more places. Thank you, Rowan. Appreciate that compliment, man. Glammy Boy, the MD-11 update. Nobody officially knows, but we all kind of speculate that it could happen this week, maybe even early next week. That's just my guess, but that's not official at all. And yes, Fetty Voss, please be careful with the caps. You don't need to type it in caps. I can see it without the caps. Oh no, all right. We got, I can't read it. I am Locks. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Sorry if I said your name wrong. It popped up so fast and went away, I couldn't really see it. I couldn't really see what it said. Labrad's Files has been a mod for a long time. And so I haven't added any new mods for at least a while. Like, it's been, what, a few months since I've added a new mod. So we've had these same mods for a while. Oh, there it is. I am Holix. I think that's how you say your name. Thank you. From the lovely South Africa, I am Holix. Just subscribe to the channel. Thank you, man. I wish I could fly in South Africa. South Africa is somewhere I would really love to fly to and enjoy and get out there in real life. I would also like to fly there in infinite flight, but it's just there's no ATC yet. I want to fly to North Africa too, just to check it out. Bacon sandwich, bacon. What's going on, man? I love your name. Darkness has 100 XP left, bro. That's like nothing. That's like 10 touch and goes or something, man. You're almost there. Fetty Voss, we're flying to Pisa. Let's take it for you guys who may have just joined us. Let's take a look at the map one more time. All right, so we took off here at London Stansted, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra on runway 04. And we're flying to the southeast. I believe right now we are over... Is this France? I'm not sure I'm not sure the geography of this part of the world, but we're out here and we're flying down to London, Pisa, not London, Pisa, Italy, Lima, India, Romeo, Papa. So if anybody is like trying to join us now, we are on expert server, but these are the airports that are around us. You could probably catch us from any of these places around here, LFST, LFSC, in these places. Right now our ET destination is 43 minutes 53 seconds. ET to our next waypoint is going to be 30 seconds. We have 27% fuel remaining, and we're chilling right now at our cruising altitude of about 35,000 feet. Ground speed 503. I like that a lot better than 300. That is for sure. Now, guys, again, this is a reason, and I recommend you guys do this when you do your own group flights. What I do is, as you can see, my altitude is set to 35,600 feet. Now, that's going to offset me. I don't know what his altitude is, but we're not crashing into each other because we're at different altitudes. You can see him above me. He's just a little bit higher than me also. And then this guy right here is just, oh, man, that's a shot. That's a shot. Hold on. Got to stop talking and take some screenshots. And you see we're all kind of offset. So I definitely recommend when people are flying together to fly offset. And there is a F-14 intercepting us now. So whenever you're flying together, especially when you're flying with me on my streams, I always recommend you guys to offset your altitude. So if I say we're flying cruise level, flight level 350, do 350-1, or do, add 100, 200, 300, or subtract 100, 200, 300 feet from that waypoint, from that altitude, so we're not all flying like through each other. I don't mind flying close. I don't mind flying like one guy's like kind of on top of me like that. Like, I'm cool with that. I just don't like it when people fly through me. It just kind of kills it for me, What if they added collisions? Like, how bad would that be if they added collisions in a future update? What's going on, Sid Hard 905? That would be nuts, because everyone would always die. Like, we would never be able to get off the ground. Justina's Macavecas, why the 747 emergency landing happened? You have to watch the video to find out, man. I recommend you watch the second one, the part 2 over part 1. Part 1 is just me taking off. I did not yet know that I needed to do an emergency landing until part 2. I had some issues in part 1 too that kind of led to part 2 having issues. Air Baltic, Latvia. I don't know where Latvia is. I think I just missed somebody's comments. Franco Letman, it says, I was the individual who provided ATC service for you on FIVATCS. I'm from Jamaica, Montego Bay, Jamaica, but now I'm in Turks and Caicos watching the live stream. Nice, man. Thank you, Franco Letman. Infinite Flight VATCS. What is that? Infinite Flight Virtual Air Traffic. Oh, is that Okay, yeah, I know what that is. Cool, bro. I want to do a stream with Vocal ATC. I don't know if anybody who's watching is a part of that group, but I want you to know that I want to do a stream with me talking back and forth with ATC controllers on Discord using IFATS more. It's what I would prefer, using IFATS. I am already a part of the group. I'm also I am a FAA ATC controller in training. It's been so busy that it's been hard for me to schedule my training sessions and stuff. But I really want to do one. Like, it's really fun. Like, I think it's really fun. It kind of brings a whole lot more realism. Like, it's like it's required for you to use charts whenever you're doing it. So I really want to do it. It's just the issue has been that ATC is just not open when I'm available. And usually I'm not available when ATC is open. So one of these days, I'm trying to hook up with maybe one of those guys and do a session where they can just, be our arrival or departure. They can be radar services or something. I don't know. But I really want to do a Vocal ATC flight. It's been a long time since we've done one. We have not done one since Global has released. I really want to do one. It's just timing. Oh, look at that. We have a new pilot. Yeah, I'm definitely, if you guys are with virtual airlines, I'm not really interested in joining any virtual airlines right now. Maybe later in the future. It's more of like I don't really want to be invited to a virtual airline, I guess is what I'm thinking. I'd rather kind of like choose my own. But I want to probably eventually join one. I mean, Blu Arrow Global is like a more of an unofficial virtual airlines. It's not like official. Like, we don't have a website. It's not like there's no really structure to it. It's just kind of like for infinite passenger. That's it. But I've been thinking about maybe later on turning Blu Arrow Global into an actual virtual airline that people in the infinite flight community can actually join into. I just don't want to do it by myself because, one, I'm already a very busy person, and starting up a virtual airline, legitly, like starting up a really good one, will take a lot of time. And I just don't have that time right now. But I am definitely down to like team up with somebody who I could trust maybe and do that in the future. But when it comes to joining other people's virtual airlines, I support you and what you're doing. I just don't want you doing right now. But if your virtual airline is having an event, or if you have an event or whatever, you can always invite me to those. If you're having like a legit event, it's not just like you and 3 people flying together. But if you're having an actual event where there's going to be ATC services and things like that, especially if it's on expert server, I'm very interested in doing those kind of things. Like, I'm always almost daily looking at the community forums to see what events are happening, today or the next day or whatever. So what's today right now? It's Wednesday. So I don't know where they're doing Friday night flight this week, but I'll probably be flying in that. I've been basically flying that every week. Not on stream. Well, I did actually stream last week. I just wasn't talking on it. So Dan Simmer, today's flight is about an hour and a half. We only have half an hour left-ish for it. So. All right, cool. Franco, you'll be joining back in December. I'm a little bit behind on the chat because I was kind of long-winded with that last comment. Catagen, what is the name of what airline were you referring to? Oh, my airline is Blu Arrow, or Blu Arrow Global. It's basically just mainly for infinite flight passenger is what I made it for. But it could, speaking of that, our airline has grown so much. It is crazy. If you are on Infinite Passenger, we have over 100 pilots now on Infinite Passenger. We've made millions of dollars already in virtual money in Infinite Passenger. It's crazy. And that's why I was able to buy every aircraft almost, except for the 747-2 and 8, which I'll go ahead and buy. The 200 is cheaper. I'll probably buy the 800 first once I get the money for that, and then I'll later get the 200. I don't fly really either of those, so I don't really care. I usually fly the 400, but I wouldn't mind flying the 8. Sounds good, Franco Letman. I do look forward to that, man. I look forward to that. I'll be here in December. I'll be here. Robin Jani RBX. You can make an on Infinite Flight, you can make a virtual airline. It's okay. What I use is Infinite Passenger. It's a separate add-on app. It's a third-party app. Basically, it just allows you to create an airline, or you can join someone else's airline, and you can make money, buy aircraft. You can actually, now they added an update where there's an actual map where you can see everybody flying on the map. They're adding chat soon. They may be adding actual routes soon. So all of that would be really fun. But those are not like official virtual airlines. It's just an add-on app just for fun. Now with Infinite Flight, you can create a virtual airline, but you have to do all the setup yourself. There's actual community forum post where it actually helps you create one if you were interested. I've had a few people ask me about creating virtual airlines, and I just sent them the link to the community forum, which is in the description of this video, to check that out. So the community forum has a lot of really good information on there. Cobex Dennis, we're headed to Pisa, Italy. How long until we land? About 30 minutes. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and start thinking about descending. Wow, why is the sun going down so early? Or was that right? Or is that the Alps in front of us? I think that's the Alps, guys. Felix has offered to join an airline. I'll be accepting that once I get out of this flight. Oh wow, look at that turn. Can you imagine being on the plane and the aircraft just turns that hard? Like you're sitting there just drinking your whatever you want to drink on the flight, and then boom, this plane just rocks to the left real hard. Man, I'd be like, what the heck is wrong with this pilot? But that's navigation mode. That wasn't me. All right, so let's zoom out and take a look. It looks like we have a ways to go. All right, so let's take a look at the weather first. We were expecting to land 04 left, so it looks like the winds are still in favor of 04 left, 04 right. Winds are 60 at 1 knot, so I mean it wouldn't even matter. That's why both sides are green, because the winds are not actually a factor. All right, so we want 04 left. Is that what I said? Yeah, we'll do 04 left, or should we do 04 right? Let's see. Let me go ahead and pull up the charts. Give me 1 second. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. I'm gonna get the charts real quick, and then we'll take a look. We do need to think about descending soon, but remember we have these mountains ahead of us, so we may have to descend a bit later. We'll see. We shall see. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the charts for Lima, India, Romeo, Papa. We actually do have a arrival, a star. That's on my flight plan. If you look at my flight plan in YouTube, you'll see at the end of it, it says OLKI1A. So that is the actual star. It's a standard terminal arrival route. Let's see if I can find it. If not, I'll just use a different one. It may be trying to take me to a different runway. So sometimes, a lot of times when I'm creating flight plans for places that are outside of the U.S., the star doesn't a lot of times work. The one that SimBrief gives me, at least for Infinite Flight. When I flew in X-Plane and stuff, it didn't really give me too much issue with that. But alright, so these are all the charts. This is all the chart PDF for Lima, India, Romeo, Papa. What I need to find is a standard terminal arrival, which is what this says right here, for runway 04 left or right. That's what we're looking for right now. So we're looking up here, star. All right, this is 04 left, arrivals, and this is runway 2. No, that's not runway 2. RNAV arrivals, more RNAV arrivals. We have a good amount of arrivals. All right, so I probably have to use that 04 left. I think if I would have continued scrolling down, I probably would have found 04 right after that. Sorry for these Facebook group messages. I'm not even really active in that group, so I need to just kind of turn it off. I'm thinking we're probably going to have to use that one. There's a 22 left, 22 right. That's, okay, now we're looking at departures, so we don't want departures, we want arrivals. We want arrivals. Alright, there we go. Now, so for whatever reason, it only says 4 left, but I assume it'll probably take us to the 4 right too. Alright, so it starts at B Rock, it looks like, right here. As you can see right here, this is the actual runway, I believe. Yeah, this is the actual runway. Now let's look at let's see if I can actually read this correct. This is like a test for me right now. So it's like sometimes it's easier for me personally. I'm more used to reading US charts than I am reading anyone else's. So whenever I get to one of these type of charts, it's kind of tough for me to understand what's going on. So I guess we'll use the BROC for the arrival. Which is going to fly us through BROC, which I don't think is on our flight plan. I doubt it's on our flight plan. Let's see if we can search that and find it. Delete all this. BROC. There it is. And it's way down here. Here we go. Is this it? Yeah. Nope. I think it's this one. Yeah, we'll add it so I don't lose it when I zoom out. So we'll add that to our flight plan. We'll probably add it before OLKIS, which was our original. That was our original transition for our arrival route. So I'll move it up before it. There's BROC, and from BROC, yeah. So OLKIS is still there, right there. So we will BROC to OLKIS, and then what it's telling us to do is to fly basically right over the VOR and then turn right, basically flying the opposite direction of the runway, and I assume it would want us to turn around. There's Florence VOR out here. You have the D9 right here. So once it's fly directly into this VOR right here. And I have a feeling I'm just gonna completely do this completely wrong. So we'll go down to that, we'll add that up. So that's gonna be before the runway. And then from there, so looks like, so now we look at, go away. Why am I getting so much like static on my mic right now? So right here, as we look at right here, we're gonna be flying heading 175 on BROC. At flight level, was that 10,000? Yeah, 10,000. Flight level 100 is just 10,000. And then when we get to OLKIS, we need to be at 8,500. And then when we get to wherever this is, D9 PIS, which I don't even know we're gonna find. It's probably not in here. It's a fix. Yeah, I'm not expecting to find that, but when we get around that area, which is gonna be about 6 miles away from OLKIS down up here, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it. So about 6 miles away from OLKIS, we need to go down to flight level 85, which is gonna be 8,500 feet. No, at OLKIS we need to be at 8,500 feet, and then at the next one, after 6 miles from there, we need to be at 5,000 feet at the 355 radial towards the Pisa VOR, and then make a right turn to 216 through these waypoints, and I assume we'll get vectors or something to land at runway 4 left. It doesn't have like a, oh, here it is. Okay, at the bottom it has, okay, so BROC 4 left. Okay, yes, it doesn't say anything. Yeah, so when we're cleared, we can do a holding at Jesse, and the holding is gonna get us down. And you guys can tell me if I am wrong, for sure, because I could be. You may know better than I do. Strike Bird, I get these charts from Google. Just Google the, all right, who is that? We got Jeremy Tyrell, or Tyrell. Sorry if I said that wrong. Welcome to Blu Arrow Global, family, man. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and plan for that. And let's jump back out to the aircraft, and we'll go ahead and plan our en route. ODINA is right there. ROBAS, BROC. At BROC, we want to be at 10,000 feet at BROC here. And then we want to be at 8,500 here. So if we want to be at 10,000 feet here, let's take a look at our map. At BROC, 10,000 feet. Before that, we have about 70 miles from ROBAS. So I'm going to use my handy dandy altitude descent calculator. We'll be climbing down from 35,000 feet for about 70 miles. And you guys can't see this on the screen, sadly, but hopefully I'll be able to show it to you in the future. Descending down to 10,000 feet, target altitude is 10,280 knots. So that's going to be too late if we descend at ROBAS. That's going to put us going a descent profile of 2,500. If we decide to go earlier than that, let's say we go 30 miles earlier, so 100 miles out. Yeah, that works a lot better. So we'll do 100 miles out from, not from destination, but 100 miles from B-Rock. We would ascend at a profile of 1,700 feet per minute, descending down to 10,000 feet at 280 knots indicated. Capiche? All right, and that is gonna be our plan for descent. As you can see, the sun is going down, man. Wow, look at this. We are all on top of each other over the Alps. Speaking of Alps, look at the Alps. Hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful. Where are we right now? Yeah, that's a screenshot happening. That screenshot right there is happening right now. That screenshot is happening right now. It's been a really smooth flight. We had the seatbelt sounds off the entire time. Not a bit of turbulence this whole way. Looking good right there. Flying over the Alps, one of my favorite mountain ranges now. The Alps are very beautiful to fly, and I really enjoy flying in the Alps. Any mountain ranges are great. Any of them are great. I like the Alps, the Himalayas now. I like the Rocky Mountains. Wait, is the Rocky Mountains? No, it's not the Rocky. Yeah, I like the Rocky Mountains. I actually do. That's in the U.S. The Grand Canyon's a lot of fun. We flew there in jets a couple weeks back. That was a lot of fun. So how far do the Alps actually go? Because I've only been as far as like from Austria, like to Innsbruck is about as far as I've gone in the Alps. But I know that they go a whole lot farther. Like for right now, I don't think we're even over Austria, are we? I don't have Live Flight app up, so I'm not able to track where we are on the map right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up because I haven't had it up this entire time. So I'm opening up the Live Flight on my computer to see where we are. Because I think I love one thing I love about Live Flight, because one thing that they don't do on Infinite Flight is show a map of all the city names around you, which I hope that they do. And I thought I saw somewhere on the Infinite Flight community forums that they were possibly working on some type of thing of updating the app to kind of have because right now all you see is the outline of the continents. But they may be making an update where they add outlines of the countries, which I think would be very helpful with the country names. So that way you don't only see the airports, but you actually can see where you are when you're on the map without having to use a third-party app. I believe right now we're flying over Switzerland. Well, we definitely have to fly to Milan sometime too. Milan, Italy. I forgot about that place. There's like so many of us bunched up together on Live Flight, I can't even click on myself. There I am. Yep, right now we're flying over to Switzerland. over the Alps of Switzerland, or actually I don't know if we're still in Switzerland or if we're in Italy, but we're right near the border of Switzerland and Italy. And we actually did not fly over France too much. We flew to the east, just off the east. We crossed France just a tiny bit, but mostly we went through Belgium. And yeah, we flew through Belgium, like a very small piece of East France, probably some countryside out there, and then over to Switzerland. And then we'll go through Italy, and then we'll be in Pisa. So where is I'm looking at the map right now to kind of get a better idea. So Pisa is that like Florence, or what is? No, Florence is a different place. Okay. All right, let's keep an eye out on our map, so because we know we need to descend. What did I say? 100 miles out from BEGAR, which is going to be right before we get to ROBAS. So our top of descent is going to be 30 miles before ROBAS. Okay. Let's do a scenic shot. We haven't got one of those in a while. No, oh, look at that. We're in expert server today, by the way, guys. Oscar Satch, you live in Ireland. Cool, man. We flew to Ireland once. Not on a stream, though. It was a group flight we did through the Discord channel. It was a lot of fun. That is such a dope shot right there. Look at that. That is so dope. Loving it. Well, Starly, you'll be landing in about 10 minutes. We'll be landing in about 20, 25. What a beautiful view, though, guys. The sunset over the Alps. Yes, thank you for reminding us, Planes and Trains channel. For those of you who have just joined us, we did actually lose one of our very loyal flyers earlier this week, I believe. He passed away at age 13, very young. Very young. It's very sad. So definitely keep your prayers out for that family and those people, because it's very tough. If you have not lost a loved one before, it's very hard. It's very, very hard. And so I'm feeling for you, man. I'm not sure what happened. I don't have all the details, but it doesn't matter how it happened. It's just the fact that it did. So remember, guys, life is short. You know, life is short. It's no time. There's really, like, there's just no time to. Wait, hold on. Before I say that, do I sound really like? Does my audio sound like bad? I feel like I'm like the audio is stuttering. But anyways, the life is short, man. I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, we feel like we have all the time in the world. We really do, but we don't. And that's the truth. We all are going to die someday. And that's the bad news. The good news is, you're the pilot of your life. Like, you're in control. Yeah, now a lot of times I feel like you're not in control. There are things in life that you can't control. There's things that you have to let go. Things that you can't control in life that you can't have anxiety over, that you can't stress over, because there's nothing you can do about it. But you make the best of what God has given you in your life. Everybody comes from a different way. Some people start with more money, some people start with less money, but it doesn't matter how much money you have. It's not about that. It's about what you do with what you have. There's a really cool quote that I love, and I always think about this whenever I start getting upset about something. There's someone in the world who is happier with less than you have. And when you think about it like that, it's like there's someone in the world who has less than you have, and yet they're still able to live a happy life, a good life. If there's somebody out there who can do that, then you can get over whatever stupid stuff that you're crying about, you know. So you gotta look at life in that way. Like, you gotta be content about what you have and be thankful for the blessings that you've been given. Oh, look at that. I didn't even see him coming. Where did he come from? I didn't know we had one of those in the air, Norwegian Air. How are we beating a 787? But yeah, so life is short. I mean, I always tell people too. I mean, a lot of times I'm always talking about chasing your dreams and making goals and stuff like that. Well, you don't have to wait until you're 18, until you're 25, until you're older to start chasing your dreams, to start working on becoming a pilot, to start working on being a web designer, whatever it is that you want to do in life. You can start now. It's better to start early. Like, don't waste your time, with stuff that doesn't lead to what you want to do in the future. I mean, of course, find something you want to do, find something you're passionate about, find something that you don't have to feel like it's work. Because one of the worst things for you to do is to go to work every day to a place that you do not enjoy. And there's some people who are already in that situation, and I completely understand that. But what are you doing to get out of it? Like, are you just going to be content and just like deal with this life that you don't like? Or are you going to design your own life? Now, all right, now it's time for us to start descending in about 2 miles or less. Remember, we are going down to 10,000 feet, so I'm going to go ahead and set this to 10,000. I'm setting my vertical speed to 0 so it doesn't instantly start going down on us. There's 10,000, and there's 30 nautical miles from what? What's the name of the next one? What's the name of the next waypoint? It is ROBAS. All right, so descending at, what did I say? 1,000, I think it was 700 feet per minute. We're going to make sure. Yes, it is 1,700 feet per minute. All right, so we're descending. I did not change my speed yet. I will change it. I didn't change my speed just yet. I wasn't expecting to do another night flight. Alexis, we are descending now into Italy. We're over Italy right now on expert server. Take a look at the map. So again, just real quick for people who may have just joined us. Hold on. All right, so guys, again, real quick briefing of our arrival into Pisa, Italy. I just want to show you guys what we're doing again, in case some of you have maybe just joined us or you kind of forgot. So B-Rock, we need to be at 10,000 feet, which is what we're descending down to now. I decided that 100 miles out from B-Rock was going to be the best time to go ahead and start descending. So we're descending at 1,700 feet per minute down to B-Rock. We want to be at an average of 280 knots, which we're right above it. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing that Mach speed down to get to 280 knots. Indicated, not ground speed. Our ground speed is 480 knots. There's no way we would get all the way down to 280. We'd be going extremely slow if we were to do that at this height. So I'm just going to turn our speed down, maybe 0.79, that'll work. We'll put the seatbelt signs back on as we're descending. And again, as far as the chart, we're going to be at 10,000 at B-Rock, which is right here on the map. Right here. And then from there, we need to continue to OLKIS, where we need to be at 8,500. Now, where am I getting these numbers from? Right here. Right on the left side of this black arrow, it says FL85 at 8,500 feet. So 8,500 feet is how high we need to be in this section of the arrival into Italy. Now, that's going to be about 6 miles. We're going to be at that height, and then about 6 miles out we need to descend down to 5,000 as we intercept the 216 radio of Pisa VOR right here, and then we'll make a left turn and basically do like a holding pattern until we get down to 3,000 feet, and then we'll do our arrival into 4 left for B-Rock, and that's what I'm planning on doing. And so as you look on the infinite flight map, we don't have one of those waypoints, so that's why we're going by how many miles it is. So that's about 6 miles from OLKIS down here is going to be in this area. We'll be in the Pisa airspace by then. And then the VOR that we're going to be intercepting is going to be right here. So basically, I just need to probably continue out this line. Let's see. So what I'll do to make it easier on you guys who may not have charts, I'll fly out here. Make sure I'm at 3,000 when I get out here, and I'll continue. We picked 04 left, so we'll do 04 left and not 04 right. You guys are definitely welcome to land at 04 right, but I want to land at 04 left. Only issue is there's no waypoints leading me to 04 left. So all these other waypoints are leading to 04 right. So that's fine. I'll just go ahead and direct to the airport, and then we'll go to our map and we'll delete this one. And now everything should be just fine. So something like that. Something like that. Alright, sun is setting here over Italy. Look at that beautiful sunset. I don't know if that's still the Alps over there. For some of you guys who've been requesting me to do night flights, well, here you go. I wasn't expecting to do a night flight, but the sun set on us. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my mic today. It's like, it may be because I have my setup on the opposite side of what I usually do, but for whatever reason, it's been kind of staticky, at least for me. I wasn't sure if that was for you guys too. I thought it was only for me, so it's good to know that it's happening for you guys too. So I'll have to fix that on tomorrow's stream. Yeah, it sucks that the 737 cockpit is not lit. I wish it was. I really do. Planes and trains, we'll have to figure something out with that. We'll have to discuss that on the Discord channel about doing a special flight and what that looks like. So. Yeah, you're right. I do need a screenshot. Thank you. But right now, it kind of looks like we're doing like a parallel approach too, which looks cool. Passing 24,000 feet. You know what? It might be what I'm plugged into. Whenever I move it, it might be getting static or something. Like maybe one of my cords is loose. I'm not sure what it is. I'm pretty excited. This is my first time traveling to Italy. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it to be dark when we got here, but hey, what are we gonna do? It's really dark too. Like, it's not like a little bit dark. It's like really dark. Wow, you're only missing 100 hours to grade 5. I'll tell you, the biggest gap, if you think it's hard to get to grade 3, try getting to grade 5. When you see the requirements for getting to grade 5, it is nuts. There's a ton of hours, a ton of XP. It's just so much. So I'm happy with grade 4. I honestly never saw myself getting to grade 4. No, I did not know from outside the 737 cockpit was lit. How do you see it? Because inside, as you can see, our cockpit is definitely not lit. So, actually, I mean, there's like just that part that is lit, actually, now that I think about it. But the rest of it's pretty dark. You have to remember, though, this is not a 3D cockpit in here. I mean, it's 3D, but it's not like all the way 3D like the C-130 or the Dash 8 in those aircraft. We can already start seeing some stars. Not sure if you guys can see the stars coming out. of see what's left, I mean, of the sun as it sets. We're still about 29 miles from B-Rock now. We're doing pretty good. We're at 20,000 feet. I'm gonna slow down though. Let's do like 270, 275. We're almost there, guys. Almost to Pisa, Italy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my sounds. Very staticky today. Surprisingly, the health of the video is doing pretty well, though. The quality of the video itself is doing pretty good. All right, we want to keep track of our speed, our altitude. 20 miles out now. ETE to next is about 3 minutes. We have just under 7,000 feet to go. So let's go ahead and speed up our descent to 2,000 feet per minute. We'll slow down. It's about 265. Maybe that'll, because we're a little bit behind on our descent. It's about the distance to next. 18 miles. Yeah, usually when I fly at night, I fly an aircraft that has an actual lit cockpit. Is that an F-16? Looks like it. I guess she's already having a bad day. All right, green cheese, I got you. I'll take a look at that in a little while. What's going on, NASCAR 11? Speaking of NASCAR, I want to get some racing in, guys. I haven't done a racing stream in a while. So I'm going to see if I can get some racing in here. Post some more racing videos. Alright, we are at 14,000 feet, 10 miles out from our next waypoint, B-Rock, where we need to be. Alright, what did I say? We need to be at 10,000 at B-Rock, 8,500 at OLKIS. If we miss altitude at B-Rock, I'll go ahead and drop to 8,500 feet before we get to OLKIS. So it looks like we may miss it by about 1,000 feet or so. Infinite Flight Streams, welcome back, man. How you doing? All right, yeah, let's go ahead and keep sending down the 8,500. We'll just do, yeah, we'll do 8,500. But again, we need to be at 8,500. Oh, look at these mountains. They're not too high. We should be fine to get over, to clear these mountains. 8,500 feet at OLKIS. Right now we're reaching B-Rock. And at OLKIS, which is still a ways away, we need to be at 8,500. And we're about to actually get to 10,000 and very quickly, actually. So let's see. Let's take a look at the map. How far is that next waypoint? I think it should be like, what, 6 miles or something like that. It's actually 14. It's gonna be about 2 minutes. So we'll go down to about 900 minutes. That should get us there. We're just about around 10,000. We do need to slow all the way the heck down before we get caught speeding below 10K. I'm gonna raise the nose to get rid of some of the speed. And go to 225. All right, there we go. Now we're under 250 knots, and we're just over 10,000. So we caught ourselves right before we got there. We would have been speeding under 10,000. All right, now that we're at 230, we can put the spoilers away and continue our descent down to 8,500. We do about 1,000 feet per minute. We do have about 2 minutes before we get to that waypoint. And we're only going down about 2,000 feet. So if we go down 1,000 feet per minute and we only have 2 minutes, we go down 2,000 feet, which is only, so basic math. All right, so we do, because we are approaching the Pisa airspace, we need to start thinking about separation. We also need to turn on our landing lights. There they are. When you're under 10K, you want to turn the landing lights on. So we need to start thinking about separation. As we can already see, we're not going to have ATC. So separation is going to be completely on all the pilots. We have a few aircraft all already down, so they're not an issue. It looks like a few of these first people, like him, RyanAir 174 Swiss pilot, he should be fine, depending on when he decides to land. We have another aircraft out here who may be flying in with us, so we may have to do some holding patterns to not get caught up in some of the craziness, because we have a lot of aircraft coming in. I think we have more than we left with. We had 15 to 18 aircraft leave with us out of London Stansted. So I'm going to continue my route and we'll see what separation looks like. But as far as the aircraft around us right now, in front of us we have, click on him, oh, that's me. Behind us we have him going 242 knots. He's a little bit slower, so that's good. He's slowing down. We have a good amount of separation between me and the next aircraft. He's at 283, so he's going faster than us, and we're going slower, which means that gap is going to continue to get bigger, and so is the gap behind us as long as he keeps going slower than us. So if he slows his speed down, if we maintain our current speed, we'll be okay. Now this guy over here is going 250. He's going faster than me, so he's going to speed up. We could also start kind of vectoring ourselves out farther. If you guys don't want to fly this specific arrival, you could fly out to the right and create like a right downwind approach for runway 04, which is something I may end up doing, like what he's doing out here. He's turning left, Malaysian 27. So that's probably what I'm going to do, because if we fly the way we're going to fly, we're going to end up having an issue. So I'm going to vector ourselves off to our left a little bit, just outside the airspace, and kind of vector ourselves around. We'll fly basically across this waypoint here. I don't think is there any actual waypoints out here? No. So we'll just do that. We'll turn navigation mode off. We're at 8,500 now. We're good. We can stay here for a while. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the aircraft to our left just a bit. We'll probably go to, let's try 120. Don't need any trim. I'm not even sure why that's on. Alright, so you guys, I'm just vectoring myself out for separation purposes, so don't worry that you're trying to, don't try to follow me, but try to do your best to maintain separation with all the aircraft that we have flying in. And I think, is that it right there? What airport is that? I think that is it. I think that's the airport right there, that little green dot off our right wing now. Alright, land lights are on, seatbelt signs are on, beacon and strobe lights are on. We can, we're going 225, we can set flaps to 2 degrees. As you can see, it looks like everybody, not everybody, but a few people are kind of following us. So now we have a good separation here. One of you guys probably could have stayed, because there is a good amount of space now between these two aircraft here. But we'll see how spacing ends up differently on expert server. We've been doing this with training server quite a bit, and so we'll see how these people react to separating themselves in expert server. We shall see what you guys have. Aviator, like, they're following you. What's going on, Anthony Plays? Alright, Twisting Golden Freddy. I got you, man. I see you. Park wherever you want, I guess. Ishan, alright, cool, you're behind me. Alright, so now that we kind of have an idea of what we're doing as far as our vectoring and stuff, let me go ahead to back to the charts, and we need to find the actual like a final approach chart. And I'm sorry guys about the audio. I don't know why my audio sounds weird today. Like I really don't know what's going on. I haven't changed anything, well, except for the fact that I'm using, like, everything is kind of on a different side as usual. So maybe that could be the issue. Anyway, let's go looking for that. It's probably gonna be at the bottom. They usually put them at the bottom. Yep, here they are. All right, so this one is for ILS Z, runway 04 right, which is not gonna be S. Our approach is probably gonna be more of like a GPS type of approach. We could switch to 04 right. We could switch. All right, so this is the airport diagram. 04 left, 04 right. Terminals are at the end of the runway. No, this is general aviation over here, I think. Let's see, is there a more detailed version? Here it is. Yeah, so that is a terminal. General aviation is over here, all the way at the north of the airport, and then these are all the terminals. So yeah, this is where we're gonna be taxiing to. So we'll probably exit. If we take 04 left, we'll exit Foxtrot or Echo. If we take 04 right, we'll exit Echo. Or is that Delta? That's Delta. It's at the very end of the runway. We may exit Charlie. Actually, we'll have to end. Wait, what the heck? Is there not a taxiway all the way down? Is that true? Okay, then. Well, I guess we have to go all the way to the end of the runway just to get there because there's no taxiway. And there's a military apron. Cool. All right, what we're looking for is 04 left. But again, we may switch to 04 right if it just makes more sense. There's 04 left. I say VOR approach for 04 left. It's going to put us at 2,300 right here, which I think I kind of would rather do the VOR approach. VORY. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do the VOR approach. That'll put us at 2,300 feet on our final approach. All right, let's take a look at the map. Where the heck are we? We're way out here. I think we vectored ourselves far enough. We'll go ahead and create like a large right downwind turn, which I think, let me see, hold on. What's the runway of the opposite? I think it's 22. Yeah, so runway 22 left, 22 right. So we'll fly 220 for our right downwind because that's the opposite side of runway 04. 220. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and start descending down to, let's do 4,000. Let's also take a look at what the airport elevation is. Airport elevation is only 4 feet, all right, so it's like right above sea level, so nothing to worry about there. Just want to make sure before I started vectoring myself and descending down that I don't crash into anything. All right, land lights are on, like we've already checked that. Slow down to about 215. Go flaps 5. And there's a lot of aircraft out here. And it is very dark. And I don't have names on at all. I'm going to do my best to try to spot everyone. If I can. It's be tough. The good thing is that people have strobe lights. So I can see the aircraft right directly behind me. I can see him. Don't know who that is, but I can see him. We'll go ahead and contact Pisa Unicom, let them know we'll report our position as a right downwind runways. We'll go ahead and say, what did I say, we'll do 04 left. I mean, it really makes more sense to do 04 right because we're on the right side of the airport. Let's take a look at everybody else. So basically everyone else is on the same side. So we'll do 04 left because a lot of people may do the ILS for 04 left, 04 right.
Unicum. Blue 116 is on right downwind. Runway 04 left. Pisa Unicum. Air Baltic 897 is 6 nautical miles to the southeast at 1,900 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 04 right. Pisa Unicum. RyanAir 500.
Yes, Starley makes a good point. We are on grade. We are grade 3 and above. Just so you guys know, the standards are higher here. Okay, we're an expert service, so please maintain visual separation the way that you know how to. Like really, like seriously, don't land on top of each other. This is not training server. Don't taxi through each other. Don't land on top of each other. If you see somebody else landing on the runway, that means you probably need to go around. If you're too close to someone and it looks like you're gonna land at the same time, you probably need to do a right 360. Like, you know what to do, or you should know what to do. So maintain visual separation. I don't want to see anybody landing on me, and I'm not gonna be landing on anybody else. Trust me. Man, what is up with this freaking audio, man?
Pisa Unicum. Oscar Bravo Alpha Mike Alpha 1.
Alright guys, make sure your seatbelts are on and fastened. We are going to be landing pretty
Pisa
soon.
Unicum. Sierra Tango Alpha Romeo Lima Echo Yankee is clear of all runways.
Alright, descending down to 4,000. We're about to pass 5. I may descend all the way down to 3. Looking around us, we have the guy behind us is 100 above. Behind him is 300 below, and behind him is 2,600 behind or above. So again, guys, don't just follow me in. Like, seriously, like separate yourselves from each other and me. So like this right here is a problem. November 218 Oscar or 0 Hotel Heavy. Like, you need to go around or something because you're about to run over colon Obama 1, which is really funny of a name. If I was ATC here, you would definitely be getting the you probably getting a full go around because you have traffic behind you. So if you do left 360, then you would be issued to him.
Pisa Unicum. RyanAir 5150.
And then the rest of you guys are separated pretty well. I don't know where he's going. It looks like he may try to fit in this little gap. I'm not sure. This guy looks good.
RyanAir 1000 is on
But he's probably going to be issued with RyanAir 5150. So I see a lot of hazards. I see a lot of hazards, possible hazards, and I see a huge hazard behind me, even though he's 30,000 feet above us. So I mean, and you guys know me. If people are in my way, I am not landing. What's going on, George? Welcome back, man. Man, it is dark. I can't see anything outside.
Is 12 nautical miles to the southwest of 2000.
If you look in the back, like, you see aircraft landing lights and stars, like they're kind of mixed together. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that on the stream. Maybe too dark, but it actually looks really cool on my screen. I believe that is the airport off to our right wing right now. Yeah, it is. I'm trying to spot traffic. All right, let's go ahead and keep descending down to 3,000 feet now. Oops, wrong button.
Pisa Unicum. Romeo Echo Delta 5. Crossing runway 04 right.
So right now we have two hazards behind us. Separation behind us is not very good. We have red and we have orange. Red means a direct threat. Orange means a possible threat. So if I was ATC, this is what I would do. I would tell me to maintain fast as practical, which right now is basically what I'm already doing. Let's go ahead and make a right turn.
RyanAir 17 is on right cross line. Runway 04.
I would tell the aircraft behind me not to exceed 200. Yeah, not to exceed 200. I would tell this guy back. Actually, I would tell both of these guys. I would give these guys vectors. If I was approached, I would give these guys vectors to like extend the downwind. Actually, I would tell all these guys to extend downwind. I'll tell him do not exceed 200 and to extend downwind. That is what I would tell them.
197 is 7 nautical miles to the southwest at 1,000 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 04 right.
Let's go this way a bit. Go 290. That should be fine. Slow down to 210. Now I have to continue slowing down because I'm about to approach. We said 04 left. We'll do GPS approach for 04 left, which is actually just a VOR approach. Now, one thing is interesting. If you're flying like an Airbus or something that has approach mode, the GPS approach will still actually act as an ILS, which in real life it doesn't, but in the game it still acts as an ILS. So if it has a GPS approach on there, you can still use approach mode. It'll take you down the ground. Let's go flaps 15.
Pisa Unicum. RyanAir 5150 is
We'll
3 nautical
spoil this to
miles
arm.
to the southwest at 1,000 feet.
And again, who is
Inbound
this?
for landing. Will make straight in for runway
IFFG, can
04
you
left.
do something about our separation? Can you, I don't know, just do something? Because you're going to definitely land on me. I mean, unless he lands on 04 right. Unless he lands on 04 right, this is the only way this could work. Now, I don't know what his plan is. I don't know where he's landing at. I'm planning on running 04 left. I'll keep an eye out for if he says anything on the, who is that, on the Unicom. Right now, separation ahead of us is great. It's amazing. Separation behind us is horrible. Again, that's unless he uses 04 right instead of 04 left. So we'll see what he does. But I recommend if you're gonna stay that, if you want to stay that close, you need to land 04 right. Because I'm landing 04 left, and I do not want you to land on top of me. And that green dot way out there, I believe, is our destination. I think that is the runway. Can't see the runway lights, but I can see the beacon from the airport. I just think it's so cool how I can see the strobes and land lights from the aircraft behind me. They're so far away, they look like stars, but they're not. They're aircraft. That's really cool. Now, right now, I'm not using navigation mode anymore. I'm just flying with heading mode, vectoring myself for approach. And then right here, we'll be making a turn. So I'll go ahead and make the turn now. Final approach heading is going to be 34. I think it's 034. Is it? What is the... Yeah, it's 34. No, that can't be right. It might be right. Yeah, it's 34. All right, right now we're below the glide slope, which is perfectly fine.
Pisa Unicum. RyanAir 5150 is clear of all runways.
Definitely, if you're on the ground, get photos, get pictures. Because this right here could be really awesome parallel landing also. All right, going flaps 25, speed down to 190. All right, we're gonna report position. Final runway 04 left. GPS, VOR, GPS approach. I cannot see the runway at all. And right now, this guy is basically exactly where I am. But I don't know. We may
Peace
Let me go to the
Unicum.
right, so
RyanAir
we're not
578
perfectly aligned with the
is on
runway.
final. Runway 0
I don't know. We'll
left.
see. I don't know what he's
Peace
doing.
Unicum. Malaysian
Right now, he's
27.
just like right
Crossing
behind
runway
me.
0 for right.
I'm hoping that he'll choose the other runway. I feel like he's probably flying with us, but he's not watching the stream or anything, so I don't think he can hear me. All right, here comes the glide slope. Watch out for that glide slope indicator up there. Right now, I'm working on getting us aligned with
Crossing runway 0 for left.
the runway. We'll slow down to 180. And calibrate our screen, get ready for arrival. I'm going to turn heading mode off, get this baby lined up on 04 left, because right now we're off to the left of it.
27 is clear of all runways.
Alright, I do have visual now of the field. There it is. And here comes the glide slope. Before we hit it, I'm going to go down to 170. Flaps 30. And there it is. I'm going to turn off altitude mode down to 160. I really don't know what this guy is doing. He's completely ignored everything that I've been saying. Alright, we're still to the left of the runway, so we're going to continue this way to intercept the localizer.
Visa Unicum. North Shuttle A-Team Heavy is on
Or
final.
I should say
Runway
radio
0
for the
right.
VOR. Because this is not a this is not a ILS approach. Now here it comes. Alright, we are 7 miles out. Spoilers are armed. Gear is going down.
Visa Unicum. RyanAir 17 is clear of all runways.
Have I done a night approach? I have done a night approach on a stream before. I couldn't remember if I've done one. Alright, we're just slightly to the left of the runway. We have a 3-knot wind behind us at our current position. The wind at the airport is 110 at 1 knot, so wind should not be an issue. I'm going to remind everybody that I'm on final. Runway 04 left.
Visa Unicum. Blue 116 is on final. Runway
And
0
I'm controlling the altitude and the heading by hand. We're flying this by hand completely. This airport is the aircraft is mine. We have another issue behind us though. We have a third aircraft going a lot faster than both of us. And I don't know where he's landing. Because right now it's looking a whole lot like training server the way these guys are acting. Somebody needs to go around because this is not okay. The land lights are on. Strobe lights are on. Everything is on. Pre-landing checklist is complete. We're good to go. We're a little low. I'm gonna go flaps full. We're just off to the right now. You can see me rocking back and forth right now, trying to get this thing centered perfectly. All right, that's 1,000. All right, and there's a glide slope again. I'm gonna go 140. One thing that's really hard for me is to like change those things while I'm turning, or while I'm trying to hand fly something. It's really tough for me to handle the controls at the same time. All right, we're gonna turn this off. Okay, not that. We'll leave that on. But turn the map off. It's just distracting at a certain point.
500. 400.
All right, here we go. We got it centered. See if it stays there. Do my best to hold my hands as smooth as possible. We're just above the glide slope now. To the right of the center line.
100.
Turn off auto throttle.
30. 20.
Retard.
10.
And there's a flare. Reverse thrusters. And 70 knots. Disengage the reverse thrusters and we'll let it roll to the end of the runway. We'll catch the next. We'll catch this next taxiway at the end. Oops, wrong button. That was a pretty good landing. I can dig it. Yeah, if you record the landing, I definitely want to see it. I want to see how it looks from the outside. I couldn't really tell from in here. It did look a tiny bit rough, but it may. I don't know if it looked better or worse from out there.
Runway 04 left.
I think this is the taxiway right here. Yeah, it is. With the brakes. All right, and there's a whole short line. I can't barely see nothing. And we are off of the runway. We are now clear of all runways. Strobe lights off. We'll leave landing lights on as some we'll use the landing lights as taxi lights. And nobody landed on us. I don't know where the other guy landed. It looks like where'd he go? I don't see him. All right, we need to find a parking spot. It's so dark I can't see anything. Oh wow, there's like a person parked at almost every spot. There is an open spot, I think, to our left somewhere. It's just so freaking dark. I think I'm gonna change the time to like sunset or something because it's way too dark right now. All right, there we go. All right, where shall we park? There's a couple spots over here. I think all those spots are taken. Actually, there's one over there at the end. We could take that one. Let's do that. See, I don't know if this is going to take us over there. We'll go straight. All right, so now we don't need land lights because it is daytime. Ooh, that was a good flight. That was a lot of fun. Oh, look at that freaking mountain range in the background. We'll go this way. It's beautiful out here. It's crazy. We weren't able to see all of this on our approach because it was nighttime when we landed. Welcome, Your Gaming 12. We just landed. You got off of school right in time. So we'll park over here next to this aircraft right there. All right, flaps up, landing lights are off, strobe lights are off. After landing checklist complete.
Pisa Unicum, Jersey 4571.
Welcome to Pisa. Tonight we'll be going to check out the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, here we go. This is our spot right here. I'm not sure what gate this is, but.
Pisa Unicum, Jersey 4571.
Come on, switch back.
Short
Brakes.
runway 04 left.
Nice, and there we go. All right, guys, welcome to Pisa. Don't all get up at the same time. Seatbelt signs are now off. You are now free to get your baggage and go if you need to.
Pisa Unicum, Jersey 4571.
If this is just a connection, I hope that you have a safe flight to wherever you go next, and this is going to be such a dope picture. All right, we got another one. Who is it? Let me see. We got Fui Lillian, which I thought you were already subscribed, but anyways, it doesn't matter. Thank you for that subscription. And we got him pulling up next to us too. Amazing, amazing flight, guys. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Beacon lights off. Engines are now cleared to clear of anything. So now it's time for screenshots. I'm excited for these screenshots. Good times, man. Good times. This has been a really good flight. Like I said, I really, really enjoyed it. Thank everybody who has joined us today. I hope you guys had a good flight too. Hope your lands were well. If you had photos, videos, anything of my landing or anybody else's, I'm definitely willing to take a look at them. So, we look at that. That's a screenshot right there. Busy airport at Pisa today. Go ahead and shut your engines off, guys. We're gonna take a few pictures. We'll jam out, and we'll just take a few pictures and we'll get out of here. So if you guys are just joining us, thank you so much. Appreciate that. You remember, you always have 3 choices: give up, give in, or give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you for anybody who has to leave and dip out. But if you're just joining us and you want to chill out with us and jam out and take some photos, we'll be here for like a couple more minutes, just for a few photos, and then we'll be out for today's stream. This is our last stop. We are here in Pisa, Italy. My first time here, and I'm so excited. Man, thank you guys for an amazing group flight. Let's see, we'll stay here and we'll go to him. Yeah, just park right there. That's fine, because it actually does look good. It looks like somebody's actually taxiing, so I like that. I'm gonna turn the names on in a second here, so we can find out who actually we all had here. I just want to get some screenshots without names first, because this looks better. Oh yeah, that's a good shot right there too.
Pisa Unicum, November 565 Victor Kilo is taking off.
I need to get one from the other angle, from the other side, because the mountains will be in the background, so let me try that out. So let's head over to the other side. Oh man, look at that. Look at those mountains, man. Come on. Come on. Look at these mountains. Look at these mountains, bro. I wish there was an aircraft right there. Let's see. There we go. You never know. One of these shots may end up being the thumbnail photo. I love like going back and rewatching my streams and then seeing me take a picture of the thumbnail that I ended up using. I don't know why I like seeing that. It's just really cool. Thank you guys for flying RyanAir. Tomorrow we'll be in New Zealand. I'm excited for New Zealand. I've not flown at all in New Zealand yet. Oh wait, look at that view. Hold on, I gotta get that tail view. Oh snap! Look at that right there. What is this? A photo shoot? What is this? A RyanAir commercial? What is this? What is this RyanAir commercial? They should be paying me for this. I should get paid to do this. I'm gonna check you out, Noah. I remember. I'm gonna look after I finish streaming. Let's see. Can I get an actual like zoom in on it? So dope. Diggity dopeness. Alright, I think I have gotten all the screenshots that I can think of at the moment. Again, guys, if you got, oh, look at that, that's not okay. If any, oh, that looks dope. If any of you guys have any screenshots you want to share, always you can share them on the Discord channel, on Instagram, wherever. If you do it on Instagram, give me a tag. Let me know how you enjoyed the flight today. The stream is fire. Do 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 do. This is probably my favorite photo shoot so far. Like this just looks so. Oh no, bro, you need to go to maintenance. You don't have any freaking landing gear. What happened? What's happened? Alright, let's go turn the names on so we can see who we got here. I'll give all you guys some shout outs today. I'll do exclusive shout outs to people who flew with us today. So let's go ahead and change to that right there. Alright, RyanAir 1000 IFBR Fernandez representing Infinite Flight Brazil. RyanAir 5150 Sky Bulu. I don't know if that's spelled the way you would like it to be spelled. We got Jack Ferguson, Captain Noah. As he kind of taxis around, I'm gonna say all the names that we see. Is that all? Everybody? I thought there was somebody else on the other side. This guy doesn't have landing gear either on the left. No, he doesn't. Okay. We got Malaysian 27 Hakai Hadi. Who's this over here? That must be me. Yeah, I think that's me. We got RyanAir 17 Kadijin. I think that was everybody. Oh, we got who's this over here? The Swiss pilot. No, now I think that was everybody. I think Swiss pilot was the last guy I didn't mention. Dope. Alright, so I get a real quick screenshot of some of you guys' names in it, just for Discord. Or I don't know if your name's actually gonna show up. And I don't think an overhead shot. Let's see. I'll do that. It's not showing everybody. I think there's a double aircraft over there in the end. We'll tune out. So we'll take that. This will be the last one right here. Alright, guys. As usual, thank you so much. LeBrats, where are you? Did you land yet? I did miss you. We have Pash 7-1 and the F-22. Am I missing some people? I think that I'm just not, like, my phone is not spawning everybody. We got Lexus over here. Shout out to you. Swiss pilot, we just do it by the map. Ferguson. We got Sky Blue. Starly. How did I forget Starly? How did I not see him? RyanAir, Kadijin, IFATC, the Dex. You're the one who didn't show up on the screen earlier. Infinite XO. So thank all you guys again for joining us today. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Again, tomorrow, we'll be headed to New Zealand. So I'm really excited about that flight. To this week's schedule is still in the description of this video. It's also posted to the Discord channel. So definitely go there if you want to see what we got going. We only got 2 more days this week. 2 more days of stream. Thursday and Friday. I may do a later stream today. Don't know yet, but you have to be subscribed to find out. But I may do a later stream because I've been saying that I want to do a later stream at least once a week. So I may do that either tonight or tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that. It'll be in a completely different time zone for a lot of you guys. So a lot of you guys who watch right now, this may not work out for you, but this will be very good for people who can't usually join us. So anyways, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace, love, and God bless. Your 3 choices: give up, give in, give it all you got. I'll see you next time.
My father told me when I was young, don't play with fire, be careful, son. But we were flames and fell in love.